I just couldn't get through on T4, so T3 barely made it through. I had no issues earlier with T3. Even T4, I could get to T4 Xesht no problem, but now there's like so many mobs. I can't progress fast enough with Siege, so let's see what happens here.
We that dreamed, we nightmare, we that are
Save pin, keep shooting. My missiles aren't really hitting him. Look at that. Look, nothing's hitting him. I love that problem. He should have been dead. I hate this boss so much. I really do. Absolutely hate this boss. What? I didn't even see him crawl up. I hate this. I hate this boss. I fucking hate him. I was constantly blasting. I was blasting missiles at him. Nothing was hitting. He should have been dead. Like, he was connecting at first, and then like once he got down to like 30-40%, nothing was hitting him. Fucking boot. I hate this game. All right, boys, I said I'd give an update on the build. I'm probably gonna mess around with some stuff. Okay, this is my Siege Cascade build. All right, and a few things have changed here. I'll go over the changes, and then I'll run through a map. I'll show you. I'll tell you what my plans are. I literally have one divine left. I just don't have the currency right now to really, like, I'm gonna make some big changes to this, but this is pretty solid for what it is. I can't afford a new amulet right now. I need new rings. I'm gonna need a new helmet. I'm gonna have to replace the chest piece. Like, it's gonna be a whole thing to really go all in on this life leech build. But just a small change with just adding the crossbow. We get the Compose Requiem, which is pretty good if you ever get bored and just want to shoot a boss with that. You can kill a boss with that. But 14% chance to load a bolt. It goes up to 20%, I think, to load a bolt into all crossbow skills on kill. Okay, and on top of that, sacrifice 300 life to not consume the last bolt when firing. So if you think about like skills like rapid fire or shock burst rounds, you're literally shooting like 3 to 5 rounds per second. You're looking at anywhere from 900 to 1500 of your life per second. So skills like that, I don't think that this bow is going to be good, just because you're not going to get enough life leech to sustain that. And plus with like shock burst, rapid fire, when you reload, there's like fresh clip and stuff. You get a huge percentage every time, more to your, added to your damage when you reload. So I think for skills that are like, like Siege Cascade, where you got 1 or 2 shots, maybe 3 if you got the right crossbow, and then you got boom, boom. With this, you're boom, 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 boom. Like, literally, you can fire like 20 shots and still have full life and just keep going. It's insane. It's pretty good for bossing. I kind of like this. I kind of like how it is. You do got to watch out, because if you're not getting the life leech, or random times you get hit, and then the life leech, with this setup, it's not instant life leech, but it will, while it's active, it won't overflow, but when it caps, it won't just disappear. What's it called? I'll show you what the passive is called. This one right here. Fast metabolism. Life leech effects are not removed when unreserved life is filled. So say you're 100 under max HP, and say the life leech lasts for 4 seconds. Okay, say you get a couple hits in, you get 600 life leech. Okay, it'll give the 100 to put you back at your max life, and then say for that next 4 seconds until that life leech from that hit wears off, any hit you take, that 500 extra HP will automatically apply. So it's like an extra buffer with this, so instead of it just hitting and then disappearing. Like, it'll stay in case you take more damage. This is really, really big for this. So yeah. So Compose Requiem, I got Heft in there, gives it more damage. I got Cold Mastery because it's a cold skill, and I put Ice Bite on there. really nothing crazy, right? But if you look at my 333,000, not really using it, but it's there. It comes with the crossbow. So as far as life leech, okay, this is what I've changed. I took off. So basically, I have Innervate, Martial Tempo, Fire Infusion, Immolate, and Double Barrel. I'm keeping Double Barrel so that way when I get it off the kills, it refreshes it instead of using my life. It makes sense. So basically, when you're doing Siege Cascade, you're going to use Innervate. If you're using the same setup, which I'll link it down below, my build for this before the crossbow, you can copy that and then apply this if you haven't seen it. If you've seen this, this is the update on top of that. Okay, it'll be linked down below. So when you're mapping, you're going to use Innervate. And when it's time for boss, you're going to swap Innervate for Life Thief. Leech 8% of physical attack damage from supported skills as life. It's just extra. So that way when you start blasting the boss, it'll take like 2 seconds maybe, and then when your life starts to get down, it'll fill up real quick, and then it'll stay topped off and it won't move, and it'll just bah, 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 and then the boss will be dead. Okay, so switch that out. And then I don't think I changed anything else. I think it's all the same. I don't think I changed anything because good thing we have Berserk, because this gives an extra like 8.4% physical attack leeched, and so that plus that's an extra 16% life leech. Now, I did lose some damage. It's okay. Damage is still great with this build. And I don't know, it's cool, right? You got a unique bow that literally you can have infinite ammo with Siege Cascade. So that's pretty much the only thing that's changed. I put, 2 physical damage runes on here. Try to get high life leech if you're going to run this bow, and try to get a higher chance to load a bolt. And I think I had to get a new belt, because basically on my other bow I had plus 26 plus 27 to dexterity and strength, so I had to make that up because these are level 19 and it costs 191 dexterity, and my dexterity is 192 right now. So keep in mind if you're switching things around, stats, all that stuff. So I had to get a new belt for that, and I had to get new boots. So as you can see, I got dexterity on the boots and I got the strength on the belt. So I had to move some stats around. Okay. Everything else is the same. And as far as passives, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, and then pulled these back. I kept the jewel socket. I pulled back these 2 defenses. And then I think that was it. I think that's the only thing I pulled back. And then I spec'd into right here. 10% life leech, 10% life leech. That's 40% life leech, plus we get 40% armor and evasion while we're leeching. Our armor and evasion is shit on this build, but it doesn't matter. We got 2 companions and 3 artilleries. Like, just keep moving and roll, and you're fine. You're not going to get hit. So that's 40% life leech. And then come down here, right off of our banner nodes. That'll put us at 50, 60, 90, 100. So we're getting 100% extra life leech, and we get the unreserved life is filled, what I already explained. Plus we get 5% reduced maximum life, which sucks, but it's not horrible. And then we get the physical damage. Physical damage doesn't scale as much as the 20% companion nodes that I was running. Like these, that scales the damage way more. But it is what it is. So those are the only changes. Okay, we grabbed the life leech here, so we can have fast metabolism. And then we grabbed extra life leech here with increased armor and evasion. Those are the changes. All right. And then that's really it. So I'm going to go on this map. I'm going to show you how it works. And we'll do 3 or 4 rituals, however many pop. I'll actually, before we start getting in there, I'll get my rage up and I'll put the support gem on, and I'll show you just how high it can get. So, put this innervate, and then we'll get our rage up. And I'll show you what our life leech gets up to. Now keep in mind, the higher your rage is, the more life leech you're going to have. you don't really have to worry about it when you're mapping, because we have you get 2% maximum life per kill. So that plus just the regular life leech is plenty enough to sustain you during maps. But keep in mind, when you're bossing, you're going to get maximum rage anyway. And when you have maximum rage and you have Life Thief on, we are at 54.84% life leech. Now that's on a physical hit. So I don't know if that's goes off of the main hand physical damage, but still you figure 50% of the low is 1600. That's 800 life. So if that's how that works, I don't know how this works. I honestly don't know what number it pulls from, but it tops you off. Okay, so that's gonna be, you know, your maximum life leech. I am gonna do a build where I double my HP pool with a unique and really go into it. But yeah, let's do some mapping here, show you how it works. As you can see, you're gonna have to pop your life flasks when you get hit. It's just how it is. If you take damage, you know what I mean. Sure, if you keep firing and keep moving, you can get away from it, but not all the time. Let's find a big cluster of enemies. Jesus Christ. It's still a squishy build. Like, I was playing around with the sorceress, and energy shield is so much better. It's just really hard to really stack energy shield because it's all the way up at the top of the passive tree, you know? It is what it is. As you can see, once you get a big mob like that, you can just keep firing. You can tap your life flask if you need it, but we just fired off, what, like 15 rounds? It's pretty crazy. All right, so let's do this ritual. Be a quick one. We're just gonna stand here and fire, and you're gonna see that I'm gonna non-stop fire. I'm not gonna touch my life flasks. Everything's dead. Finally got some mobs here. You see, once you start really hitting them, kills pretty quickly. I mean, it's cool. It's probably not the best. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lose some damage to spec more into the life leech to really get it, you know, I guess more in a stable spot. But if you want to change it up with the new bow, you know, this is an option. All right, so when I pop this, I'm actually going to use that Requiem move. All right. Or not. It's weird. Like, sometimes it works and other times it doesn't. I don't understand. It's also bugged because you can't upgrade the quality of the gem. It won't let you. And it has, you know, boost from quality. I don't know, you know, why that's a thing, but it is. Because if I do this, I should be able to keep firing. But for some reason, when I'm in combat, it immediately stops and goes right back to C's Cascade. Like, I don't know why that does that. Yeah, but also if you look, you can have a plus 0.2 meters from quality. It won't let you. All right, we're gonna go in here, max rage, place our banners, and I'll show you how you can continually fire and not lose any health. This one dies fast though, They're not really gonna notice, but I do have some clips. And we're just firing. It's dead before you can really notice. You know, but at the beginning of the video I showed you clips of other bosses. A T3 Xesht, even though it wasn't a kill, you can see how you can continually fire even though the shots miss. But I mean, overall, it's a little annoying to have to deal with the life drain, but there are times, especially for like the T3, T4 pinnacle bosses, where you can continually blast them with the life leech. I didn't even put the 8% life leech on that. I just didn't even need it. But it just shows that you can, like I did 13 million damage to Xesht, and the problem with him is all the attacks usually miss. You can see at the end of the clip, I just wasn't hitting him. Like the only thing that was happening was my ignite and my companions taking damage. Like there's none of my missiles were hitting. So if they would hit, he would die. But yeah, you can just, especially on bosses, every hit you have infinite ammo just because you never, your life sustains itself. So that was kind of my goal with this, but I'm gonna have something else I'm gonna work on right now. All right, anyway, you know the drill. Subscribe, come back, see you on the next one.